What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cheaper Than Therapy. And what I say is, I am not a licensed therapist, but I am judgmental and definitely opinionated. And this week on the couch, we have our girl CoCo, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Alrighty, I'm CoCo Alexa. I am a tarot reading queen, psychic medium. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm a Virgo sun, Pisces moon. I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm amazing, and yeah. And I'm a realtor.
And she's a realtor.
I just became a realtor.
Yes. Congratulations
Thank
to you for that. So I've known Co for probably, what are we in, 2024, maybe 4 or 5 years now. And so I came to her, I found her on Twitter, first of all, for her services. And if you don't know, now you know, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm not so much religious, but I'm very spiritual. And I be saying, y'all need to go see CoCo, because she be knowing, she's going to tell you what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear, the reality of situations. And so for her to come sit on my couch and let me get in her head versus it be the other way around. I am so excited. It's my turn. So I always start the show out on a high note with my guests, okay? The first question is, what is the best thing that has happened to you in the last week?
Ooh.
So in the last 7 days, what's the best thing that has happened to you?
In the last 7 days, what is the best? The best thing that has happened to me in the last 7 days was me getting my real estate license.
Wonderful.
That's the best thing that happened this week.
Yes. So how do you see that changing your life? Like, that's something that you set out to do this summer, because you closed your books.
Yep. I closed my books for this. I really shut it down and solely focused all summer, really into the fall too. It's gonna be life changing because I'm building it that way. I'm really, really excited. It's something I've been wanting to do for a really long time. So even entrepreneurially, I'm not just a reader, I'm an entrepreneur. So, it feels good to be able to come back home after being away and seeing how Baltimore is changing and being able to be a part of it.
That's wonderful. That's beautiful. And so as soon as we start off with something nice and high, we start getting messy. So are you single?
Yes.
Are you taken?
So you asked me what was, something good that happened within a week. When I said, well, it's Thursday to Thursday, that happened Monday. So I am newly taken, and that feels really good.
Ooh.
That feels really good. With somebody completely new.
Yes.
So, yes.
We love somebody completely new. And you're smiling.
Yes.
Cheese.
Yeah.
I see all her teeth, y'all. I can see all her teeth. I love it.
Yeah. So that's been really refreshing and really nice.
So I knew I was gonna have you on the couch, and so I'm not a journalist, but I know when you have somebody on your couch, you gotta look them up. I've been looking to see who's interviewed you, and there's not a lot of interviews. Why? What's going on?
Because I think, one of the biggest things, and we're being completely transparent, is that I don't think people realize that I can. I can come on your show, and I can come and talk, and I can come and, do the things. And then also, I haven't been home.
Right. But even before that, because how long have you been?
I was gone for 3 years.
But how long have you been?
It was only a couple of years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I started professionally doing tarot in 2017 and really started getting momentum in mid 2018, 2019.
So I'm like one of your newbies then, because
kind of, not really. Yeah, not really. I wouldn't consider you a newbie at all.
Oh, okay.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
2017 was 7 years ago.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah.
So now that she said it, because I didn't specifically say it, she does tarot, and I did mention that I was spiritual, but the spirituality comes in her gift through the form of tarot. So when did you first realize that you had a gift versus when did you start to use your gift?
So I was pretty young when I realized that I had a gift, and it scared me. So I just ignored it pretty much because, black people, we just don't talk about stuff like that. So, and I thought it was just like, okay, maybe that's just me and I'm weird. It's like ghosts touching me and like just weird stuff that just doesn't happen to regular people,
Right.
So I was pretty young. I would say about 13, and it really started to kind of rev up as I started to become an adult, like 18, 19. I was just like, whoa, that's a lot. So I'll just kind of like touch it a little bit, but not really, But it wasn't until like my mid-20s when it really started to like, you need to pay attention to the fact that like you are psychic and you can see the future and you can see the past and you can see dead people and hear dead people. Even my best friend, my boyfriend wants to take me to a haunted penitentiary.
Why?
Exactly. Exactly.
Why would you?
Exactly.
No. Somebody said, "Do you want to go to a haunted?" So I said, "Are you serious? So something can follow us home. So something can enter me." No.
Exactly. We're going.
Okay.
I'm like, we're gonna go, but I was telling my best friend this, and she was just like, "Bitch, do you remember that time, like when your like medium gifts came through and you called me fucking in a ball crying, bitch?" Like scared as shit because a motherfucker jumped in your body and possessed you.
I remember that story.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Like insane, crazy. So yeah, it's been a journey.
So does he truly believe you have gifts?
I don't think that he realized. But I don't think he understands. Like it's like you hear me, but you don't understand.
Right.
So I'm just like, if you want to take me, I'm about to really scare your ass.
So. Is he from Baltimore?
No, he's not from here.
Okay.
He's not from here.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's been here for a long time.
Been here for a long time.
Yeah. And it was funny because he said, but this haunted place is in Baltimore too. I'm like, I know. Exactly.
Right.
I'm like, we don't have to go to this penitentiary.
Right.
I can take you somewhere that's haunted. Like I can take you we can go to Druid Hill Park. Just walk down the street. go down Fells Point.
Right. Yeah.
Go in some of them bars and get drunk enough, and you'll start seeing them. You'll see the old bartenders and old people just looking like their time, how when Fells was built and all of that stuff, in them old times or whatever, just sitting there having their beer too, right along with us.
Girl.
Looking like what y'all niggas with the
with the hard ER in here, girl. So, are you the only person in your family with a gift?
No. My grandmother, my mother, my daughter for sure. My daughter for sure. But it's interesting watching her gifts develop because they're coming through differently. Where I can see a spirit, in full, like as a person when she sees orbs.
Okay.
Like blue orbs. That's how they come to her, and she can hear like crazy. I always commend her on her ability with timing. Like my timing can be a little like a few days ahead, a few days after something. Her timing is like exact. Like which I always think is so dope.
It is. Yeah. That's real dope. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit messy some more. So do you have? Nobody ever turns away money. But do you have some clients where you just be like, oh my goodness, I need to close my books to you for a second to protect your peace?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so by trade, I'm a massage therapist. So I learned early how to break up with clients. And I haven't really had to do it recently so much because now all of my clients are my current clients.
Right.
I'm not accepting any clients. So, but yeah, I don't have no problem with moving somebody along or recommending other people or recommending other things to them because I'm not money hungry, number one.
Yeah.
And all money isn't good money, number two. And with this work, like there's a balance in a lot of things. And when you have somebody who one doesn't want to listen, also they won't do the work. Like I don't know what other psychics do and what other people do in their practice, but my practice, we're getting shit done.
Yes.
Like, it's no point of me telling you what to do for you to just be like, wow, that was so cool that you could do that. Like, yeah, I can. Now I'm telling you what is possible, and I'm telling you what's ahead. How are you going to get there?
Yeah.
I'm even giving you that information.
Yes.
So when I have clients that aren't willing to do that, or they want to, it's like, and that's also why my price is my price.
Right. Hello. So I do want to touch on another little sticky subject. And you used to have, she charged the women, y'all, okay? There was a moment in time where she was doing men's sessions for free on Thursdays for years for free.
2 years straight, nearly 3 years.
And she got tired. And can you tell everybody why you got tired?
Because y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen. I love working with guys so much because y'all are the biggest skeptics, but also the biggest softies. And y'all need the space to cry and emote and do all of the things. But there's so much skepticism and fear. And to be honest, and no shade, I love y'all. Y'all know I do. Y'all know it's coming from a good place. Pero, when you lack confidence in your own capability and what you can do, you stutter step. You know, and I get it. We all, as humans, have that sometimes.
Yeah.
But at some point, you just have to believe in yourself.
At some point.
Like, at some point, you just got to believe in yourself. Like, that you can change your life. Like, that's like my whole thing. It's like, you are the one that has the power to change your life. You want your space to look different? Okay, then make it different. You want your morning routine to be different? Then make it different.
Yeah.
Like, but it became difficult because what I found was I'm giving the same reading every week. And if I'm getting the same reading for the group, for the collective, that means that now y'all aren't doing the work. And we've started out, and that means that I can't do nothing else for you.
Right.
Because we're getting the same reading for now 3 months straight.
Yeah.
6 months straight. Okay, so this way we want to
2 years straight.
Yeah.
And so now I'm done after 2 years. She gave 2 years of Thursdays of
free sessions. Like, for in your own space, so that you're not judged, so that
we were not allowed in there.
Yep, not at all, unless I was on Instagram. And even then, what was funny was every single time, and that's how I knew it was specifically for cisgender men, because any other time when I tried to give a woman a reading, the live would go off on Instagram every single time. Every single time. And I'm like, well, can't do that. Well, we gonna go.
Right, we're going in the Zoom.
Right, exactly. So, you know, it just for me, it's like, I'll tell somebody I'm not gonna ask that question no more because we getting the same thing.
Right.
Like, we gonna wait on that for a little bit.
So, do you notice that a lot of your male clients come on their own, or they're sent by women?
They're always sent by women.
Always sent by
They're
women.
always sent by women. It's very rare. I have maybe a small, very, very small group of men, maybe less than a handful of guys that will come on their own. It is always by the recommendation of a woman, whether it's their friend, whether it's their wife, girlfriend, family member, sister, mother. You know, they'll drag them, you know, to me. And like I said, you know, Black men, y'all my biggest skeptics. I love y'all so much, but y'all don't believe me until I'm telling you things that you haven't even shared with the person who brought you to me.
Right.
You know, so and it's just like, oh man, and then you know, the tears come, and it's a beautiful thing because it's like, yeah, you still feeling that.
Right.
You're still processing that, you know, and even realizing that a lot of guys don't even understand themselves. They don't know who they are, you know, so yeah. It's been interesting. I love the fact that they come. Right. And sometimes they be reluctant. I mean, like, she told me come, so I'm here. And it's just like, yeah, but you know you need this too.
So a couple years ago, I'm going to be 21, I want to say. I let her read one of my gentleman friends, right? I let her read one of my gentleman friends. He went very last. At the end of the session, I was like, You just need to sit here and nigga listen, right? So she was like, what is this baby? Now, we were just friends, okay? So we were just friends. And she's like, what is this baby around you? He said, I don't got no baby. This man, if he watches this, I'm talking about you. He had a 20-year-old and a 21-year-old, okay? And again, I was his friend, so he didn't play me. So she was like, nah, there's a baby around you. And if you not, you need to strap up. You need to be careful. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, he went to California, got somebody pregnant. She moved back, made him be a family man, okay?
Really?
She pulled up, brought the baby, brought her other baby.
Oh.
And she got her family.
I remember that reading because that was a big part of it that I do remember that, because a big part of it was like, you're older and it's time to grow the hell up.
Yeah.
And it's time to be the patriarch of your family.
Yeah.
But see, that is the part where I'm just like, the patriarch of your family. As a man, what does that mean? So many men talk about, I'm an alpha this and I'm a lead this and I want to lead that. When you're talking about the patriarchy, the patriarch of your family, your legacy, that is major.
Major.
It's
more than a last name.
It's more than a last name. It's more than just saying I'm a leader or saying that I'm going to lead my family. It's making decisions for an entire legacy. It's making decisions not just for your children, but your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your wife, your woman, whoever. So, again, it's like, I remember that because it's like, he was like, I know I need to do this, and I know you're so right, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, yo, it's time to settle down, and it's time to, like, grow up.
They always say, I'm gonna do it. And the only thing they do is the negative stuff that she says that's around them, like have a baby. Or if you don't do this, this is what's gonna happen. When it happens, okay, I told you. Also, I gave you a tool. Right? I gave you a literal, physical, beautiful tool, a smart tool, and you out here playing. And they get so scared. And it's like, I don't understand what you're scared of. I really don't understand what you're scared of, but.
I don't understand what you're scared of. And this is just for anybody. Like, do you want to be successful? Do you want the life that you say that you want? Like, do you want to be led to a beautiful and loving partner? Do you want to be led to a beautiful and fulfilling career? Like, do you want these things? And okay, let's get it. Like, or do you want to not have any more kids?
Or do you want, hello?
And heed the warning, like.
I just feel like I have a step above other people.
Me too.
Number one, because I have you, right?
It's a cheat code.
It's definitely a cheat code. And the fact that, which is technically a good thing because I can still schedule when I want to schedule, I have access to her on her schedule. You know, I book and I pay my, you know, I do what I do. I pay my sessions, and also I get yearly readings. And those are $333, and those are coming up. So y'all make sure we're gonna get all her information, and also she takes Klarna or something like that. She'll invoice you. So there's no excuse for the yearly reading. Everything else you got to pay up front. But Afterpay for the yearly reading because it is a large amount of money. But you get, you know, a summary of your next year. So I'll get a summary of 2025 collectively, and then you go month by month to get a breakdown of everything that's going, you know, just about that's going to be going on in your life. And baby, when I tell you there are times I go get my little, matter of fact, this is my 2024 one right here. It's so funny. It's so funny. Like, and I come to her all the time. All right, let's see. Yeah, so let's see where we at. Where we in October. Hiring people, doing things, reflective, what's next, talking about the month, year, decade. I'm sitting here talking to you right now. Okay, so we at the top of October, so sometimes I do go back and I read everything that's going on. Back to work. I'm back, y'all. Like, I've been posting my stuff, doing
Heavy.
I've been doing
Heavy.
everything that I'm supposed to be doing, bringing it to the physical. Everything's
Mm-hmm.
on my schedule. It's been on a schedule. I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I know it sounds. Anybody could say that.
Right.
No, baby. No,
Yeah.
I'm giving y'all a brief of what's in my personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's stuff in here that says, get out of jail. And baby, I got out of jail. You know, it relates to what's going on. We're gonna switch it up a little bit.
Let's go.
We were talking, and you said pero,
See.
right? So you moved abroad for a little bit.
I did. I had to get the hell on.
Tell us about that a little bit.
I've always wanted to live abroad. I've always wanted to take my daughter away from this place. That's always been like a major life goal. It was a major accomplishment for me. We moved to Mexico in November 2020. Right after the elections, but right before Thanksgiving, we spent Thanksgiving on the beach, which was incredible.
Yes.
And I was like, I never want to be in the cold during this time.
Right.
But it was daunting, eye-opening, but most of all, freeing. I'm free. Like, I'm free. I understand what that means now. Like, it was powerful. It was everything. It was healing. It was the very necessary break and the very necessary rest that I needed, that my ancestors needed. Like, it was beautiful. We spent 9 months in Merida, Mexico. Shout out to my friends there. I love y'all. And we moved to Medellin. Medellin called to me very, very loudly. I am a city girl. I love to be in the city. I love to live in the city. Where we were living in Merida was more like a suburb. And I was like, okay, this is cute and quiet. I needed a little break from the hood.
Right.
And the gunshots and the helicopters. But now we're back.
Right.
So we moved. We jumped to Medellin. We were there for 2 years. It was incredible. It was incredible to be in a place with very, what's the word I want to say? Very prosperous soil, in a sense of like how easy it was for me to manifest things and call things to me and attract things. You could feel the energy is just different. It was beautiful to see in Mexico and in Medellin, just in Latin culture in general, their altars all over.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Like,
yes.
it's in how they are maintained and lit and just incredible. If you ever find yourself in Medellin, in Poblado, which is a very very popular, very touristy neighborhood, there is this huge altar. It is huge. And people bring their candles and they light candles. And I mean, it's hundreds of candles. Like, it's just incredible. And it's like, to feel that energy all throughout the city, it's like, no wonder it feels so peaceful and so calm and just so balanced in a way. So to be in places where you get to experience people being kind to you and people being generous and loving, and just being able to see my daughter experience something different.
Because it's not the spirituality or the church just inside the walls. It's also outside the walls. It's up and down the streets.
I had never seen churches with the doors open always.
Yeah.
Until I moved. And to be from a very Catholic city, I mean, there's Catholic churches.
It's a church right here.
Yeah, it's literally churches.
And a church right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably about 5 churches
right
within
here.
this 1 mile radius alone, you know? So, and it's like that all over the city. So it's like, to grow up that way and to see, like, the doors are always closed.
Always.
There is a square, and then a lot of the churches have squares in them. The doors are always open. It didn't matter what time of day. I mean, it's Catholicism, so they have afternoon mass every day. And to see not only the church filled, but also the square filled, standing room. And people are coming as they are, and they're listening. And they're being in community with each other. Now, I am not religious. I did not grow up Catholic. I didn't grow up in
I
any
did, surprisingly.
really
Yeah.
wow. In any Abrahamic religion, but to see that, I was like, wow, like, and some days I would go sit in a pew and just to be there and to feel the energy of just peace and to pray, you know. But to just see that was just so beautiful to me because I'm like, this is how it should be, you know. So yeah, just to be a part of a culture where people like to party, mind their business, have a good time, live, enjoy their families, and to feel safe. People have a very, very screwed misconception of what it's like to be in some of these places that have been fed to us as narcos and cartels and
I mean, the same way, honestly, you could say about certain parts of Baltimore.
absolutely.
Same way you
Absolutely.
could, yeah, you know,
Absolutely.
so.
You can go around the corner
Yeah.
and go find it, literally.
Yeah.
Go right around the corner.
If you're
find
looking for it.
Yeah, if you're looking for it. I found it to be interesting, you know, when I tell people like, oh, I lived in Medellin, they're like, what you was doing there? That's the drug capital of the world. And I'm just like, living my life,
Right.
I guess.
Hello?
Like there's other things. I'm like, you know, people ask me, you from Baltimore? Oh, like The Wire? It's like Baltimore is more than The Wire.
Right.
You know, Baltimore
right.
is more than that. Like, and even to go down there and see all the art, to see how people even, man, Medellin is known for hip hop culture. And I just got chills thinking about it because I'm like, how are you known for my culture?
Yeah.
As an African American.
Yeah.
How are you known for my culture?
Right.
And it's like to see them embrace it and to love it and to do it justice. And it's like, wow. Like to go to a completely different culture, a completely different world ultimately. And even to hear a different language and to see my culture being expressed. Like, very, very interesting. Very interesting. To even see how they intertwine their Catholicism with their spirituality. It is not separate. I think that is fantastic. Because it's like, people ask me, well, what do you do? And it's like, I tell them all the time, like, I talk to ghosts for work. Like, that's how I keep it simple, right? And I read cards.
And you would say that to them over there? Okay. Because I was going to ask you that.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you that. So, are you a witch?
I'm a bruja.
A little bit. Because
Conjurer.
I was going to ask you, once a witch somewhere in the world, a witch all over the world?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And can you recognize others?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And
always.
can they recognize you?
Absolutely. I see you. You were like, I knew you was.
Right.
I do it. I see it on you.
So, were there people trying to talk to you in Spanish?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. It's like, hey, slow down. Despacio, por favor.
Right.
Because I'm still learning.
Right.
Still. And I can't wait. Like, that's one of my goals, to be able to, like, do a full reading in Spanish. Like,
Okay.
I can, but it's very patchy. Like, it's very, very patchy. And I can understand a lot more, like, when people when spirits are communicating to me in Spanish. I can understand a lot more now, you know? So it's a little helpful, but it's like, I can't completely translate it,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So I'm going to get there, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you can hear them say it.
Yeah.
So, have you ever tried
To just say what they're saying?
into your Translate on your phone?
Yeah, I've done it before.
Okay.
But it
For yourself, not for anybody else, for yourself.
Yeah. But it still kind of breaks the flow.
Okay.
Like, I'm kind of free flowing. I mean, I'm reading.
Yeah.
You see how I read. You know, I'm free flowing, so it's hard sometimes. But I've done it. Like, funny story, when we were in Medellin, we were at the dentist. And my dentist asked me, you know, what do you do for work? And I told her, and she was like, oh, can you read me now? There's a man. You know, Latin people, Hispanic people are very lovey. They're very, very lovey. They're very passionate people.
They're very passionate people.
Very passionate people. It's so beautiful. I used to see men serenade their women. They'll be on the streets and they're singing and shit with the flowers.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right.
But anywho, so my dentist, she asked, you know, what I do, and I told her, and she's like, I need you to tell me about this man. So I'm just like, Okay, so I'm sitting there channeling and like I'm getting all the information, just putting it in Google. I was like, yeah, we gonna just translate all of this. Like, ask me, and I'm just sitting there typing,
Right.
and I'm like showing her the message, and she's just like, yes. I'm like, yeah. And in my mind, I'm getting like hella confident because I'm just like, yep, and I could do this shit in Spanish too. I'm like, one day I'm gonna be able to actually talk this shit, but we won't go like this for now. Like, but it felt good. It felt good to be able to do that. That was different. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
for
I
sure.
was wondering that if
For
they were
sure.
coming to you and when you walking down the street, you just be
Yeah.
like, oh, okay,
Because
yeah. See.
the dad knows, you know, they know, like, oh, you can hear me, you can see me. It's like when you see on TV when somebody all of a sudden has a gift of hearing dead people, and you see the dead people kind of following them around. Yes.
Have you ever had to decline a customer from channeling one of their deceased members?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. One client I had, she lost a friend to suicide. And that was the first time that I had channeled, you know, a person who committed suicide. And it was very different. They didn't have peace. They didn't have, you know, calm. I had to send them back because I was just like, they not ready to talk. It's a lot of this, and this is why, because you, and because of this person, and because of that person, and da 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 da. Just very, just
Still
angry, still in a lot of pain,
like
still,
caught in the middle.
Yep. Yeah. And I was just like, wow. And I said a prayer, and I sent them back, but I'm like, they still need to process their time here on Earth, and because they were also very young. So, it was like high school or something. Yeah, teenager. So I'm still getting kind of that teenager energy of like, it's not my fault, it's their fault, kind of thing. So that was very, very interesting. And then even just working with spirits who don't know that they're dead.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of touch on that too.
I've had that also happen where they're just like, wait.
Right.
What is happening? Is it it's very much like you're just like, yeah, hi. Like, so you're dead.
Right.
But that's always really interesting because they feel like that. They still feel in between. They still feel unsettled.
Yeah.
Very unsettled spirits. And hence the reason why you have to take care of your ancestors. You have to take care of your people. I can feel when somebody didn't know that they were going to die or they died suddenly. I can feel that or get a sense of that. They don't know where they are. And having to explain it to them.
Right. Right.
Like, yeah. So,
and you having to tell them,
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, like you're no longer with us. And sometimes that's hard, like, but kind of daunting. But then also it's just like, oh, that explains a lot. Like, because I was like, yeah, so we here now. Da da da. I always tell my clients, different things that they can do to, help their ancestors transition and be in more of a support in that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We got some other little questions. So, in your relationships and in your friendships, do you read them without them knowing? As far as your relationship with them, not reading their life.
Yeah, no. As it connects to me.
Yes.
And how them being a part of my life and connecting to me will affect me.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, I bet. Absolutely.
Right.
Boyfriends, fuck buddies, friendships, new friends, business. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so when you vet and you say, oh, it says no, it screams no, I don't need to keep reading anymore. Like, how do you cut that off, or how do you back away, or how do you
send a friendly little text and say, I don't want to do this no more.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep it real cute, sweet. I don't bullshit, and I'm done. Yeah, I don't, because It was fun. It was nice. I might say something sweet. Like, a lot of times, like, the way that I tell people, because I do enjoy experiencing people. And I'll tell them that, like, this is a great experience, you know, if it was a great experience. And thank you for our time together, and I'm out.
And you out.
Yeah. If I enjoyed it. If
Right.
Not, then
if not, it's whatever.
I
It's
just
go,
fuck you and yeah, like.
and you go about your business.
I surely did.
I forgot to ask you a question about when you were living abroad. Messy. So 2 different questions.
Okay.
Same groups of people.
Okay.
I want to talk about passport bros coming over there. And then 2, I want to talk about the all-male American trips over there that don't consider themselves passport bros.
But are.
Yeah. And let's start. Would you let your boyfriend go on an all-male trip over there to Medellin and...
Yes, I surely would, but please pack your condoms. Like, please. And, like, let's not... Listen, if your man is going... And I'm going to tell you this, because I would tell any of my girls, if your man is going to Medellin on a group trip, he's fucking. Like, he's
Hold
fucking.
on. City living. Go ahead, say it again.
If your man is going on a group trip to Medellin, specifically to Medellin, he's fucking.
Yes.
Like, get over it. Like, listen, I hope that you also get to go on a trip, and I hope that you also get to enjoy the pleasures of Medellin, because people are beautiful there.
It works both ways?
Yes. People are beautiful. Like, beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I had to go down there and get my shit together.
Okay.
Like, I'm probably a cool 15 out of 10 in Baltimore, okay? I might be, like, maybe a 7 in Medellin. The bitches are bad. Like, they look good. It's a place of plastic surgery. It's a place where people give a fuck and care about how they look and how they present themselves.
Understood.
So it doesn't matter if a chick works at the fast food spot. Her face is gonna be beat, and her hair is gonna be done, and her nails are gonna be done, and she's going to be beautiful. People work out. The gym is always full any given day of the given day of the week.
Right.
Time of day doesn't matter. The gym is always full. People care about how they look, men and women. So, you know, no, please do not be, you know, I don't give a fuck what he say. Like, what would she say? Like, please do not be naive. Not only are people beautiful, but, you know, to your point of passport bros, we're Americans and we have American dollars. That means that you get to be a king for the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, so it attracts a certain person.
Right.
And like I said, bitches is bad. Like, when I say bad, I'm talking like everything is done. The titties is done. The waist is snatched. The ass is done. And I'm not talking about like no Miami shit. I'm talking about no like the precision of these surgeries and like what their body looks like. Like, I'm not talking about, oh, I got the tummy tuck, but then I let it go. No, I got the tummy tuck and I'm in the gym every day. Like, I'm in there, you know. So if you're competing, as soon as he gets on the plane, you're already you're competing, baby. Like, it's happening. So, you know, give him the condoms, you know, give him some vitamins, like, give him the things. And, you know, just so that's what I'm not about to be like, oh my God, please don't have sex with nobody else.
Right.
Like, it's gonna happen.
Right, it's gonna happen.
It's cheap, it's easy, it's accessible. It's very accessible. So, you know, I even told like my friends, I'm like, when I was living down there, I'm like, if you and your man are gonna come down to visit me, that's fine. But please do not get upset because he's going to look. He's going to look.
Right.
And you are too. Because the men are big. Like, they're not like Mexican
They're not the
men.
tall, the short men here.
They're not
the
short and square.
Baltimore,
they're
DC
not
men.
short. You have to understand, Colombians have a lot more Afro-Latino, like Afro-Colombians too. So, I mean, they're big. Like, big. Like, 6 feet and up.
And brown.
And yes, and brown.
Excuse me.
And they still got that nigga energy.
Oh.
That's just real like, oh, okay, Betty. All right. You know, and they got the accent.
Right.
And so when they start talking and the voice is deep.
Oh.
You know, so
okay.
it's like, oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And they're pretty too.
Right.
They get their eyebrows groomed and, you know, they get groomed and they get manicures and they're very, you know, put together.
I think Dominican men,
yes,
when I go down.
Yeah. They're pretty.
Yeah.
They care about how they look. Like,
and that's the thing. They care about how they look. They don't just talk about
look.
how they want their women to look. They actually put effort into how they look and present themselves all the time.
And they're very passionate. They're very, you know, PDA, kissing, hugging, holding hands, sitting close. Being lovey, being touchy, you know, whispering sweet nothings in your ear and like doing, can I
go ahead.
Okay, because I'm like, you know, definitely doing a lot of this. Oh, let me come on this side so they can see. So you don't know what the fuck exactly, giggling and shit. You don't know what they saying, but she giggling and shit. She giggling and shit.
She didn't say nothing.
Right, she giggling and shit. Like, you're like, oh, I want to be over there. What y'all talking about? You know, they very much like that. So, I mean, but getting to Passport Bros too, because I do want to talk about that.
I was going to say.
Because y'all make me sick.
Do you notice a difference between the two?
Oh, what?
Between like a regular group of...
Versus the ones that live there?
Versus the ones that claim to be Passport Bros versus, let's just say, 17 Baltimore dudes went down. That's just say, oh, we going down there to have fun. There's no difference. Okay.
No, they cut up the same.
Okay. They
cut up the same. Y'all irky. I guess so. It's different when you live there.
Yeah.
It was weird for me when I first got to Medellin, to be honest, because I'm used to having guy friends. Mm-hmm. I'm used to going out with my guy friends and hanging out, and that's it. And women too, but it was a nice balance. It's always been a nice balance for me. Mm-hmm. To go down there and to see how separate it was. It's like the men, they hang out with the other guys because they're doing something very different. Mm-hmm. Like, they are there for the women. They're there to be catered to and all of that and whatever. But it's like, as women, it's like, come on, y'all, we want hiking. Okay. Come on, y'all, we want to go do this. We're going to do that. We're, you know, experiencing the city. We're living, you know. We're not just there to get sucked on and do drugs and all of that shit. Drink, and it's not vacation, you know. So it was interesting to see, and it hurt, to be honest, to see that black men didn't want to hang with me. They didn't want to hang out with us. You know, they didn't want to hang out with black women. They wanted to hang out and be with and be surrounded by Afro-Colombian women, but also not understand their language, also not work on their Spanish. So I never really understood in most of the conversations that I had with guys, because I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I'm confused. How can you really actually connect with somebody if you can't communicate, you know, on the most basic level of just talking, right? And of course, like, well, I don't want it for that. And it's just like, but that's so lazy to me. And like, how sustainable is that? Like, seriously, you know?
Because she's gonna talk dollars.
And that's the thing. And that's the part that I really want you all to understand. Is that she doesn't like you, okay? She does not like you. She likes the fact that you don't beat her and you give her money to pay for the things because it's cheap. What I want you all to understand is that what you all are trying to provide for them, we want that too. Like, that's like the biggest thing that I don't get. I'm just like, you are over here taking care of her household and her family, not just her. You're taking care of her whole family. You are giving this woman $500 and she's going to survive on that for a long time, right? And that's a lot of money, but that's easy for you to do. Well, guess what? You still want that bad bitch that's here? Then you have to pay for that. Like, that's the difference. Like, it's like, I understand budget. I get it. Like, that's within your budget, but you can't negate us and push us to the side because you can afford the other. But guess what? She's not going to understand you, bro. Like, she's not going to understand you.
She's not going to understand you. I'm going to tell you a funny story. It's not funny, but I'm going to tell you a funny story. So I was at some point dating someone who went over there. And at some point, I'm not going to ever say that I don't do things, but at some point, I went through some messages in somebody's phone, tablet. I don't know, MacBook. Some way I went through something and saw some things, right? So I already knew that they were over there. I already knew what was going on. That's no big deal. I knew what you went for, right? Guys trip.
Go on your guys trip.
Guys trip.
Just go on your guys trip.
And the message that this person, the girl over there, the worker, sent was like, hey, I miss you, right? And so this person responds, are you serious or are you just saying that for money? And in my head, I said, if you have to ask that question, baby, you're not the one for me. You're a dummy. You are a complete dummy because
she said, I miss you to the rest of them in the phone. She said, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you, to see which one of y'all was gonna bite. Like, please.
And when she goes, no, I really do, then what? Then you sent some money? Okay, so we dummy, like, let's be for real. We know what you are, and it doesn't stop when you get home. And that's just how, and the most politically correct way I could say men are slow, because she didn't miss you, baby. Because there's 500 more you over there right now.
And let me really blow your mind. And what was also very disappointing to me, and not just about the guys, because I'm not even really talking about the guys that travel to the places. I'm talking about the guys that live there, right? Because what really took me aback was that a lot of these guys are fathers. So you have children back home that you left because you get to do that. You left your children. You might send money back home, sure. Fine, okay. But you left your family. You left your kids in another country to go somewhere else, to go fuck on and suck on and do drugs and do whatever the fuck down here and give this broad money for her children. And you up in her house and she cooking for you and doing all this shit when you had it back home. But now you've broken up a home. I don't get that.
Cause y'all could put in the comments, cause this episode here, I need y'all to put.
I don't understand. I don't get it. And it's like, yo, like, how dare you? You left your children. You didn't just go to no another state. You went to another country. I could never do that. We could never do that. We could never do that as a single mother.
Never.
Leave my child back home in the States and go somewhere else and party? Party? You're partying.
For years.
You are partying. They're partying. You want to know what your baby father is doing in another country while you are struggling, while your kids are wondering what's going on? When am I going to see daddy? He's not worried about making sure that I want to make sure that they have their passports too so they can come and visit during the summer. That's not what he's worried about. He's partying. That's what he's doing. He is staying up late. He is doing whatever he wants to do. He is fucking and sucking on different women and men as well, because that's there too. Like, that's what he's doing. He's doing drugs. He's sniffing coke. He's smoking weed. That is what he's doing. Like, he's not worried about making sure that his kids can also experience and enjoy the life that he is affording himself. Right.
Because he's not saying send them down for the summer.
No, he's not.
He's not saying send them down for the winter break.
I have talked to these men numerous occasions and been in community with these men, and I've talked to them and asked them, like, do you have kids? Oh, yeah, I got kids. I got 3 kids at home. In the States. When did they come and visit you? Oh, well, I was just here. Oh. Oh, they've never come here to visit you. Oh. How? Okay. I see. But you're here living a single man life with no responsibilities at all.
None.
Okay.
None.
Got it. Cool.
Child.
Understood. It's hard to respect. So, you know, yes, it might be fun in the moment, whatever, but when you make it a lifestyle, like, come on, bruh. And, like, please, as women, like, please don't get in your bag about it. You go on a trip, too, and you go have fun, too. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely
but
have your
please
fun.
don't be...
And pack your condoms, too.
Yes, like, pack your condoms, too. Be safe. But, like, please don't be naive. And, like, please, like, fine. Like, I've seen it, yo. I've seen it. I've literally seen it. I've been in the hotel. I feel like I'm telling, but also like.
So she said, book the ladies' trip the week after the men's trip.
If the single friend goes, the condoms is in his bag. They're in his bag. They sent it to his house.
Yeah, they always say that.
They sent it to his house. They sent it to the single friend's house. Okay?
All the time.
So just, you know, when he look, I ain't doing nothing, baby. He's lying. It's a lie.
It's a lie. The Airbnbs are set up specific ways for certain reasons. Yeah. I've seen them. I know.
And no, you cannot go.
No, don't go.
Don't
go. Go on your own.
Go on your own.
Go on your own.
At the same time. He'll hate it.
Spice it up. Oh, he'll hate it.
He'll hate it.
He'll hate it.
He'll hate it.
Because
so
I almost want to be confident, even though I haven't been, and say I can probably attract for free what they have to pay for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So you're going to come home in the negative, and I'm going to come home with what I left with.
Yep. Up. Yeah.
What I left with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they love us.
Because you're not going to know any of my surplus. I'm coming home what I left with.
Let's go.
Just like that. We're going to move forward. And we're going to talk about some other stuff going on with CoCo. And what is... Because you already used your announcement of becoming a realtor.
Mm-hmm.
What is another great achievement of yours, big or small, that you have recently accomplished? And it doesn't have to be within a week, this one.
Bitch, being able to motherfucking walk again. Okay? Your girl...
Yes.
I fell, and that took me out. I did not fall. I'm very careful. I'm a very careful person. I'm actually afraid to fall. Like, seriously. And, like...
What toe was it? That one?
Second one.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it's not bandaged up. Isn't
no,
that good?
Yeah, I'm good,
You got
but
some
it's
cute
still,
toes. Okay.
Like, I can't get my pedicure and stuff. Like, I'm
It's still tender?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she fell.
Your girl fell about a month ago, and God,
Her birthday
damn,
weekend.
and I came
And
back.
literally got, like, tore up, was in the ER.
Yes, like, was in the ER, like, in shambles, in the cutest dress, like, imagine
Like this.
being, yes.
Right.
Imagine showing up to the ER like this.
Right.
And I would even say that this is kind of like, because the whole dress had pearls on it. It was shiny and just like.
You going to homecoming?
And all the women was just like, oh, you just look so pretty. I was like in my little blanket or whatever, and I had to like every time I had to take my blanket off, it was like I was disrobing,
right, like
and
that
like
sheer,
a reveal.
That sheer.
Yes, like I was just like a reveal, and just like, oh, you just look so pretty too. And then my pedicure was just like, oh, your pedicure. And I was like,
the women,
my nails broke. Like, oh my God, like. I could hear the whispers. It's like, it's a girl back there. She just looks so pretty, and her toe like this, like. But the girl came back strong, and it. Everybody was just like, maybe you just need to slow down. I'm like, no, I don't need to slow down.
That's not what that meant.
This is not a slow down. This isn't that. Like, this is
right.
that you need to get your shit together because what the fuck? Like, that's what that shit was.
Yeah.
Like, for me.
Yeah, like I know what this one is, and it ain't that. So leave me alone.
Like, this is you need to, be on your shit because, yeah. It was tough. Like, that was actually really hard.
I'm sure, because
it was hard. It was emotional.
Dependent on people.
Yeah, and that's real different for me. I came home from the ER and just broke down.
Yeah.
I just cried. Like, my dad came in the room, and I'll never forget it. Because I don't think he's ever seen me, like, that broken. Mm-hmm. And came in the room. He's like, you need anything? And I couldn't even respond.
Right.
I just cried. Like, I just cried. Because I just felt so defeated.
Right.
And tired.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, like, come on. Like, seriously? But, my daughter, bless her heart, because she was like, well, mommy, at least, we're here when this happened. And we're home. Because if we were away, then it would just be me. And I wouldn't be able to help you. And, I hear that. But when I think about it now, I was like, shit, bitch. I would have had the nurse come to the house.
Yeah.
I would have had the chef come to the house. Like,
we would have been all right.
Like, I would have been having my nails done and my pussy waxed. Like, I'd have been sitting on. I don't know if I can say that, but
you can say it.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, your thing.
You can say it.
Oh,
I can't say it.
Okay. All right, we're gonna cut this part out though. But it was like I had to regroup. Like, I had to really regroup, and get everything together.
Sorry. Cover the mic. Wow, that is.
So that I feel
good
really good about, and I had to. It took me about 2 weeks. It took me a few days out. My boyfriend took me out. Like, he didn't let me sit in the house, and that's why he's my boyfriend now.
Hello.
Like, to be honest.
Hello.
Because he didn't let me sit in the house, and he's like, no, I'm gonna take you, and I'm like, no, okay,
right.
So he got me out the house in that first week or whatever. But yeah, it was definitely a kick in the butt.
I'm sure it was.
For sure.
Especially when you're used to being independent, you're up, you're out, you're doing this, you're doing that. You can move because you're always somewhere teleworking or literally teleworking.
Yeah.
Doing something.
Yes.
Be it your brain or your computer, you be teleworking. Mm-hmm. So is this your favorite deck right here? Is this your first deck right here? What you got over here?
So this is not this is all of my decks are my favorite. I love them for different reasons. Mm-hmm. But this was one of the decks that I got gifted.
Nice.
Actually, when I first started doing tarot. It's Miss Cleo deck. Funny thing about this deck actually is missing cards. It's not complete. It's like missing like 2 cards, I think, 2 or 3 cards. The Lover's card, and it's another card that's missing out of this deck. But it still reads beautifully. I love this deck. I love all my decks. But this one I love this deck because it's an incredible storyteller. Mm-hmm. Incredible storyteller. Anytime when I read with this, I can see exactly what I need to see in these cards. One card by the next. So it always feels really good. Yeah.
That's what's up. Do you ever take your decks and put them back in order how they came?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes, and then reshuffle and start reset them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the year, I'll do that.
Okay.
Or if I feel like it needs it. Mm-hmm. I do have decks, which I don't actually have that deck anymore. When I really started getting into tarot, and I got another deck, my very first deck that I had got as a child, was like, oh, you getting different decks. Oh, well, fuck you then. And it just wouldn't. It never got itself together. The messages would be so mean and nasty. And yeah, that's exactly how I'll be looking too. Like, why are you talking to me like that?
Right.
I'm used to my decks being a little straight to the point, but this was condescending, passive
Ooh,
aggressive.
yeah, so we're not doing that.
And it was just, I ended up losing it.
Oh.
Yeah, so it left me.
So you carry a deck everywhere you go usually, or you just?
I don't carry this deck. I take with me places. And I had my little, it's in my little Crown Royal.
I see.
Crown Royal bag.
Excuse me.
But I'll take this deck places and my other deck too. But this one mainly I'll throw it and throw it myself for sure. The other ones I kind of keep to myself. This one I let people touch and you know.
I'm surprised you even let people.
A little bit more, like, and I allow people to touch my cards because I know how to protect them. And I know how to cleanse them. And do the things. I wouldn't recommend it though. Like, don't let people touch your
your
cards.
stuff. Yeah. Do you teach classes?
I do. I haven't in a while. I plan to.
Okay. Because that was my next question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. What else coming?
What else is coming? Retreats are coming.
Retreats are coming. I'm ready for a retreat.
I'm excited.
I'm ready for a retreat. And I don't know how you're doing this, and I am saying this on camera to everybody that's gonna watch this. I don't even know how she has it done. How she's going to do it, but I'm getting my own room. I'm not sharing a room. Y'all gonna have to double up. I don't know how it's going to go. I'll pay my price. The price is the price, but I'm not sharing a room.
Listen, we have been looking for houses because of that. We found this one house, and it has a lot of rooms. It does, and it has some double rooms, but it also has a lot of single rooms. But there's also, it clearly is a room for like kids or something, like teenagers. But it's like 10 bunk beds.
That's good for them.
we was like, yeah, I don't think 10 grown ass adults are gonna want to be in here. Like, this is not real world. Nobody's gonna want to be. Yeah, like nobody's gonna want to be on the top bunk. Like, nobody's gonna want to deal with this. Like, so maybe we'll have 1 or 2 people in that room, and they could just choose whichever bed they want, and you know. But we want people to have their space too. We want that option. So me and my girl Yoshi are gonna be hosting this retreat.
Okay.
It's gonna be a weekend retreat. It's gonna be here locally, close to home. 2-3 day retreat. All inclusive food. The place is gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be luxurious because that's what I want to experience.
Hello.
And that's what I feel as though we all deserve to experience. And I'll also be doing international retreats as well down in Medellin, more than likely. But 2025 has a lot in store.
Good. I'm excited.
For sure. I am too.
I try to support outside of my personal little readings. You know, I try to, and I send people to you too. I'll be like, go see my girl.
You're like one of my biggest supporters, and I'm always
I'll be like,
go
see my girl.
Grateful for that, for sure. I love how you show up, and even, you know, coming back home and doing my events and stuff like that, like, which I really miss. I need to do another one, to be honest. But being able to be in community in person, you know, and being able to connect with y'all and talk to y'all, touch y'all, you know, hug each other and stuff like that, like, that's important.
It is important. So that kind of leads into my question: what does success look like for CoCo?
I think if I could say it in one word, it would be freedom. Like, my success is freedom. Like, that is what that looks like for me at this time in my life. Like, me being my free time, free energy, the freedom to travel, comfort.
Yes.
And at this point, like, just being able to be with my family, you know, I came home for a reason, you know, and just being able to travel with my family, that's what success looks like for me right now.
You do parties?
You said what?
Do you do parties?
What do you mean?
So if I had 5 or 6 people.
Yes. Please hire. Is this going to be aired before Halloween?
Yes.
Please hire me for your Halloween parties. I want to come.
We gotta talk rates.
I want to come.
We gotta talk rates.
Like right now, I have my rate.
Well, no, because my rate might not be y'all rate. I don't know. I've been here and I done spent a lot of dollars. No, I'm just saying.
Seriously.
But yeah.
No, yeah.
I do. No, for real.
Yes, like I love to do events.
Yes.
I love for people to hire me to come and like do girls' nights. I've done girls' nights. I've done Halloween parties. That was really fun. I've done all kinds of events.
Right.
Actually, bachelorette parties.
Yeah.
Yeah. And blew people's minds and made them cry.
You've done any celebrities?
I have.
Okay.
I can't say.
I know you can't say.
Yeah, but I have. Some of y'all faves.
Say the name in your head, so
yeah, yeah. Some of y'all faves, for sure. Some of y'all faves. Some of y'all, yeah.
We love that.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
which is always fun because I never know who's coming. I don't do research. I don't, I don't go through all of that at all because who's doing all of that. So when I see people, want to do a video reading and I see their face, I'm like, oh, hi.
Right. Nice to meet you. That's nice. Yeah. So does CoCo have celebrity prices?
No.
Okay.
No,
so
that's
so
because
nice.
Because I don't know who's booking with me.
Right.
Like, and I know some people do that, but
some people do.
I don't know who's booking with me.
That's what's up.
I can look at a name and be like, that looks familiar.
Right.
But I don't know.
Right.
So no, I don't have any special rates for different.
That's what's up. That's nice. I like that.
To a certain extent.
Right.
Like, I definitely will look out.
Yeah.
But
ooh.
Yeah.
So really my last one before we wrap this on up, because we could keep talking, but
I'm a yapper.
Advice to your younger self?
Which age? Give me an age.
No. I mean, you can hit the ages that you want to hit and say, at this age, this, at that age. You can answer the question however you want to.
Okay.
But the question is advice to your younger self.
So I'm thinking about my 12-year-old self first. And my advice to my 12-year-old self would be, your voice is important. Like, don't keep your mouth closed. I have a big mouth. I talk a lot. Like, and I always have, and it's always been a thing. And I think in middle school for me, I was always told to be quiet, or I just didn't really talk a lot. Like, and I did. Like, but I didn't talk about the things I should have been talking about, the things I should have been saying, even at that age. So I think that's the advice I would give myself. I think, because I'm thinking also about 19 when I had my daughter. Fuck these niggas. Don't put his name on that motherfucking
birth certificate. It's going to be hard for you to get the passport. You need the signature for the passport, number one. And I would also throw in there, I don't know. I would also throw in there same last name. Men always say, oh, well, that's my son, that's my daughter, my legacy, my family, and then what is it? And
what is your name?
A lot of the time, if we go all the way back into history, you took the name to take the land. You took the name to take the horses. You took the name to take the castles. It was connected to something, and it wasn't Section 8.
Nope.
It wasn't their mama's house. It wasn't one bank account.
It wasn't a car, a broken down car.
Right. And so that's what I was piggybacking. Like, you can't. Your family's last name, because your family is going to be that community that steps up for you.
Yep.
And only your name on that birth certificate.
Yep. So then I will also say, believe in yourself, baby girl. Everything that you want to do is possible, and you're going to do it. You're going to do it. Don't let anybody question, whether it makes sense or not. Like, you the blueprint. Like, and it's gonna be an amazing ride. Like, just keep going. That's what I'll say to her, for sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You gotta tell everybody where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram at CoCo_Alexa_ and at Twitter at CoCo Be Knowing, because I do be knowing.
She be knowing.
YouTube CoCo Alexa, and that's it.
And if you do go to her
and my website, Conjured X CoCo, conjuredbycoco.com. Get your candles, book your readings. When my book is open to new clients, sign up for my newsletter and the waiting list if you would like to get a reading from me and get rid for filth. My New Year readings will be coming out soon. I usually put them out around like late October, November-ish.
And those are limited. Everybody, those are.
It is very limited. It is only a few slots.
So even though she might have, let's just say, 20, I don't know her count. I'm just putting numbers out there.
20,
if it's about 20 clients, maybe she has 8 or 9 readings. Like, I mean,
so I'll give
yearly.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of slots.
It's not a lot of slots. It's not a lot of slots. They are, like Bella said earlier, there are very, very helpful readings to have. That month-to-month breakdown of just the energy of the month, what to kind of expect, and a lot of things have come up for people between pregnancies, right? Not it,
right?
Pregnancies, new career changes, relationships, divorces, breakups, really all of it, but. The whole point is to prepare you for the year and to know what's to come, and not even on some just like doom and gloom. It's just you can look and be like, wait, what's going on this month, and be able to look at your reading and say, this is what is what was coming up. And a lot of times people be like, really?
Yeah.
And it's just like you really never know what the future holds. You really don't. And
that's the ice.
Oh, okay. And I tell people all the time, it's up to you. You decide on whether you want to make changes in your life or for things to stay the same. But if you want your life to look different, then you have to be ready and able and willing to make your life different.
And you have to do the work. I had something in my yearly reading that said something was supposed to happen in April. It didn't happen till a couple months later. But that had nothing to do with her. That had everything to do with me, where I was, and the pace where I was moving. However, once I started moving, everything shifted, and I said, now I'm playing catch up because I should have been doing this. Sometimes we let people and instances stagnate us where we are in life, and that's just decisions that we make, and those are just the consequences that we have to live with. And if it stagnates us for however many months, that's on us, and you learn. And when baby girl says block them.
When I say run girl run, I don't even care if you're a man. If I say run girl run, you need to really get on. Like, seriously. Like, go. Like, it's not good for you, especially in relationships. I can't tell you how many times I have done readings where I'm like, you want me to tell you why you're not getting that job? You want me to tell you why that money not flowing? You want me to tell you why these opportunities are not coming? It's because of that relationship that you in. They're completely blocking all your blessings.
All of them.
When I tell you how many times people who message me months later and say, you were so right, CoCo. Like, I broke up with them and I got the new job. I got the new car. We're moving now. We're doing this. We're doing that. I didn't got this. I didn't got that. Yeah, because that person was not meant to be around. They were not meant to be a part of your blessings. Like, that's not it. Like, at all. So,
Listen. Also, one last thing that she does do is a roster check. Hold on one second. Come on, y'all. This is the fun part. Also, one other thing she does do is a roster check. So you can hit her up with a couple names. I think she does like 3 max, and she's reading
5.
5. I stand corrected. There's 5 names that you could give her, and you just go through the list, and it's like not even yes or no, but I'm gonna say yes or no, and she's telling you yes or no why this person is good to keep around or not keep around.
And you know, I will say that like I'm also, there's another side to this, because as much as I'm gonna tell you to leave a motherfucker alone,
they determined to die today. Yeah, go ahead.
As much as I will tell you to leave somebody alone, I'm also going to tell you, like, okay, yeah, this might not last long, but you need to experience this, though. Like, and I honestly will use my own life as an example if we have time.
Yeah,
like,
we have time.
I went through a breakup earlier this year, and I started dating someone. It was great. It was awesome. But I kind of knew that it wasn't going to last long. And Spirit told me, you know, that it wasn't going to last long. And I'm like, okay. And Spirit also told me that somebody else was going to come along. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
Spirit didn't tell her. Spirit literally gave her a sheet of paper that said, this is the problem. Literally gave her a sheet of paper.
Literally.
She didn't go looking how I went looking.
I asked, and baby, it was on a piece of yellow paper. Like
the legal documents. Legal documents.
Written, okay? Clearly. Like, these are the reasons why you always need to move on and why this ain't gonna work. And I'm just like, ooh, yeah, no. But the reason why I allow myself to detach from it is because I don't want that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want the bullshit. So it's like, if I don't want it, then it's time for me to move on so that I can allow the universe to see that I'm not accepting this anymore, and I said that I want this, and this is what I'm going to continue to align my energy with, and that is what I got. Yep. So, you know, I say that to say, when it's time to move on, as much as we might love somebody, as much as it might hurt, as much as even the relationship that I ended, it hurt. It hurt bad. Like, but at the end of the day,
excuse me,
I want to be happy, you know, and I want to be in love, and I want to be married, and I want all of the things.
Yeah.
But you have to align yourself with that and make sure that, you know, you and everybody else knows that these are my boundaries. This is what I want. This is what I desire. Let the universe know. Let your ancestors know that I'm not putting up with the bullshit anymore. You know what I mean? And you are setting a standard for yourself. So live by that.
Live by
it.
Live by that. Book with CoCo. Oh, wait. One last thing, because I've been forgetting this with all my guests because it's called Cheaper Than Therapy. And I initially started this out as just ranting. Mm-hmm. Give me a rant. What's something like a pet peeve or something that's been getting on your nerves recently? It could be about a show. It could be about what happened on the way here. It could be about anything that has happened. I've been forgetting this part. I'm like, girl, you on your 4th, 5th episode.
What do I want to go on and on about for a second? I got to think for a second. What has really been bothering me?
Or if you want to open that book up to your birthday and answer your birthday question.
Oh, okay.
Either one.
Okay. Let me see what this option is. It just opened up the Cammy's birthday. That's why I read it.
I said this will be a cute little idea for everybody to come in as everybody's.
Okay. How do I feel about marriage?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, I like that question. I will go with that.
Okay.
I think that marriage can be beautiful.
It can be.
I think it can be beautiful. I think that it can go beyond lifetimes, which I believe to also be beautiful, toxic, and chaotic all in one. How do I feel about marriage? As I'm getting older, I find that marriage feels necessary for me. I need the balance. I find when when I'm not coupled, I feel off balance. And not that I can't balance myself. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, no.
But when I feel another balanced party come into my life,
It's different.
It's different. And it feels so good. I hope to not be in a marriage that's also possessive.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean that in a sense of wanting to be with everybody or being in an open marriage. I'm not talking about an open marriage. I'm talking about still being myself and still, and not saying that I'm not coupled. And I think I have trouble with that sometimes. Like, I'm so free.
It's different when you are, like you said, free, and men take free spirit and think the wildest things.
Yeah.
But it's when you are used to being yourself and being able to shine, and then being partnered with someone that loves that, but also doesn't want everybody else to see your shine. And it's almost like that candle where you just take it and they want to smother it. And no, baby, you can't do that. And I understand what you're saying, because that's...
Yeah. So, you know, and we're beautiful.
Yeah.
And men tend to want to put their beautiful things up on a shelf.
And let it collect dust.
Yes. And it's just like, you know, I don't want that. I don't want to be possessed, you know, in that way. It's like, yes, I'm yours and you're mine, but I still want the freedom to go and do my own things sometimes. And I find that people don't bring enough nuance into their marriage. I've never been married before, but just from what I see in my work and you know, just, you know, out. But it's like I find that people don't bring enough nuance. It's like, well why can't you? Who says? Like, it's your marriage, it's your thing, it's your relationship. Like, who says it has to be this way? And I tend to be a little bit more traditional, but then in other ways I'm not. And it's just like, I don't know. I just want that. So I guess that's my answer.
There it is, y'all. And that is a wrap for today's Cheaper Than Therapy. Thank you for joining me.
Thank
you
for
can
having
come
me.
back anytime, because you know we could do this all day.
You know, I'll cut up.
Listen, we might have to, because I need to be on your head anyway. This is accountability, y'all. On your head about your tour. She's supposed to be going on tour.
I'm gonna laugh at myself the way I'm looking at this camera.
She's supposed to be going on tour, and she's supposed to be getting back to me, but we'll discuss. We'll discuss.
Yes.
But you can come back anytime.
Okay.
And, you know, I really appreciate you taking your time. Like I said, I didn't find a lot of interviews. And then sometimes, you know, you don't want to cross that client, worker, all of the boundaries. And I said, what my mom used to say, only what she used to say. Lost my train of thought. That's coma stuff. I'm a remember it, and then I'm a put the
put it in the thing.
Put it in the comments. That's what happens. That's what happens when you wake up from a coma and you can't even remember stuff. But yeah, I text you. You said yes. And that was that.
Yeah.
And if I never text you, I would have never known. So
yes.
I truly appreciate it.
Yes, me too.
And
this was fun.
This was fun.
This is the first podcast interview that I've done since I've been home.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to do more.
I'm excited to see where this one is gonna take us.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
This gotta be this one gotta get on something. All right, y'all. Until next time. We'll see you later.
Bye, everyone.